Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, originally I wasn't going to talk about this because so many people are talking about it, and I'm like, it's just an eclipse. It's happened before. And there's been like prophecies of what's going to happen because of this eclipse and all that kind of stuff. But what grabbed my attention is that a lot of states are actually telling their people to get prepared, to have flashlights, to have backups to electricity, to have extra food, extra water, and ways to communicate instead of just cell phones, like with radios, CBs, walkie-talkies, etc. So I thought that maybe we'd talk about it and see if anything comes up that maybe we're just not thinking about. Now, I thought, and I still think, that deploying the National Guard in New York City to check people's handbags and pat them down before they get into a subway was real overkill. And I just don't understand why the people in New York City are not up in roar over this, ladies and gentlemen, because this, in my opinion, is a way to normalize the military on our streets. And only because it's the National Guard, who says that during a crisis, a real crisis, that the government won't take advantage of that and put real military on the streets, even though they're not supposed to, according to the Constitution of the United States, unless we're being invaded by a foreign nation. I digress. But in this case, they're talking about deploying National Guards for a solar eclipse. But exactly why? It can't just be because of crowds of people who are going to gather. But let's read on and see what they have to say here. Why is the National Guard being deployed during the Great American Eclipse on April 8th? But here it says that the National Guard is only supposed to be deployed in emergency situations, and that's what I thought. But these days the National Guard is being used for all sorts of things, and that's what scares me into thinking that they're trying to normalize the public into having military on the streets. Hundreds of National Guard soldiers are being used to check the bags of those riding in subway systems in New York City. That sets a very alarming precedent, and I don't understand why more people are not upset about this, and I feel 100% the same. Now we have learned that National Guard troops will be deployed during the Great American Eclipse on April 8th. What in the world do they expect to happen during this eclipse? For those of you that are new, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining in. A way that you can really support what I do here and sharing the information that I find interesting with all of you is to let this video play all the way through. If you want to donate 15 to 30 seconds of your time, let an ad or two run through. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and reaching more people. I'm not going to complain about this like I have in the past, but it seems like I am once again, as in many times before, out of favor with the YouTube algorithm, and they're barely sharing my videos, ladies and gentlemen. So a way to help is to let this play through and share it, give it a like, all that good stuff. On April 8th, millions of Americans will be traveling to locations where they will be in the path of the total solar eclipse. Oklahoma is being touted as one of the best states for that, and it is being reported that in Oklahoma the National Guard will provide first responders as well as units with hazmat response capabilities. My favorite question of all time is why? Why hazmat? Why all of this? Well, some of us can go down the rabbit hole a little bit and say maybe it has something to do with the millions upon millions of unlawful immigrants that have come to the southern border, of whom we don't know what their intentions are. But that's just me thinking out loud, ladies and gentlemen. As many as 100,000 people are expected to visit that one county. And they continue to say that residents of Oklahoma, they're being urged to stock up on gas and groceries prior to the eclipse on April 8th. And they are also being instructed to have multiple forms of communication besides cellular. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. Lulu is down here at my legs begging for a treat. Looky. And ladies and gentlemen, pretty soon I won't be able to carry her up here on the seat. Look at how big she is. And you can see Karma over here wanting her treat as well. Here, girl. Oh, look at you. They want people to do all of this for an eclipse that's only going to last for a few minutes. But why? What is going on behind the scenes that they know that the average person doesn't know, ladies and gentlemen? Because all of a sudden, these states officials are starting to tell people the same thing that we in the prepper community have been called conspiracy theories for a very long time. Stock up on extra food, have different forms of communication, have extra gas put away, etc., etc., etc. Now listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Some officials have already decided to declare a state of emergency ahead of the event, and some schools have decided to close for student safety. And Texas officials have issued a bunch of warnings, including that people should get stocked up. Whoever is in the path of totality should get extra groceries, gas, and run any errands such as filling prescriptions in the days before the eclipse. One official also urged pet owners to stock up on supplies for their animals. This makes absolutely no sense. So every once in a while, I go onto the Oupes site just to see if they've got something going on that I don't know about. I had no idea that they were going to have a couple of things on sale that are at an awesome price, and it almost angers me. I just sent an email to my rep asking, why is it that you decide to have kind of like a flash sale that's an even better sale than the one you just had a few days ago or a week ago? I haven't gotten an answer back, but I could only guess that these legacy models like the 2800 and the 1800, they're probably trying to get rid of their stock because they're innovating into bigger and better models like the Mega Series. But anyways, if you're in the market for a solar generator, this is a great time to get one because their 2400 and their 1800 are at an awesome price. This 2400 right here at $799, and you can also take off 5% with my coupon code. It comes to like 35 cents per watt hour. And the 1800 is even a better deal at like less than 33 cents per watt hour. Again, I don't know why they brought these prices down. I could only speculate, and I don't even know if my representative will have clearance to tell me why. All I know is that this is what the prices are right now. I even got on there and checked to make sure that my discount code for 5% off still works, and it does. So if you're in the market and you're on a budget, the 2400, in my opinion, is a great machine, especially for this price. You can see that I don't have it here anymore. Normally I have it sitting on top of my fridge here, but it is outside now that it's not really getting too cold anymore, and it's being put to work outside, which is where I normally have it during the summer months. Anyways, I will be leaving a link, and I will also be leaving my coupon code on a pinned comment so that you can go and visit their site if you would like to. And here are some of the basic issues that they're saying they're going to have during this eclipse. Parking issues, which makes sense. There's going to be a lot of tourists wanting to see the total eclipse. But does that grant these states telling their people, hey, you got to prep up for this. We're going to have to close the schools for this. Make sure you have different forms of communication, etc. Traffic delays, again, makes sense. Longer wait times for restaurants, again, it makes sense. That's a good thing. Business ticks up during those types of events. More congestion. These are all simple things, ladies and gentlemen. Delayed emergency and 911 responses. When there's more people, there's more stress on services. Cell service interruptions and lack of service. Higher than normal stress levels and other heated tempers. Credit card machines not working, bring cash. That one I stop at and ask why. Why would that be an issue? Because of a total eclipse, that credit card machines may stop working, so bring cash. And he asked the same thing here. Why would credit card machines not work? And why would phone services be interrupted? I mean, I can see the phone services being interrupted because maybe there's an overload on a certain tower or the system, but why would credit card machines not work? In Arkansas, they actually held a live training exercise that simulated emergencies that might happen during the eclipse. And here they go into it a little bit by saying that the Arkansas Division of Emergency Management, the ADAM, took a significant step by conducting a live training exercise, which was designed to test ADAM's response to issues that may arise as visitors flock to Arkansas to witness the event. Man, this just makes no sense. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, no matter what state, just be prepared and stay prepared. That will solve most problems. 8 a.m. responders and other state agencies looked at possible scenarios such as a severe weather, traffic, medical emergency, and communication challenges. During a recent interview with Tucker Carlson, former U.S. Representative, the champion of the Constitution, as he is called, Mr. Ron Paul, or Dr. Ron Paul, specifically warned about the potential of a black swan event. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I think they may be worried about. And with good reason, considering, again, that our southern border has been so porous for so many years. I think we're reaching this point where some sudden thing is going to happen, he says. I believe in the theory of the black swan. Yes, it's going to pop up and it's not going to be controllable. And here they finish it off by saying that the giant X over America from the Great American Eclipse that started in 2017 will be completed by the Great American Eclipse of 2024. And it's kind of interesting if you want to read into it, into numerology, that it's 7 years after. But anyways, I digress. And as the Great American Eclipse of 2024 moves across the nation, the sun, the moon, and other 7 planets in our solar system will be all lined up in the sky. That is kind of odd, I would have to say. That's kind of interesting. Our entire solar system is literally screaming that this day is important. I guess we will find out. But the question is, will you be prepared for it, ladies and gentlemen, just in case something does happen? And you would think that more people would be talking about the giant X that is about to be completed directly over the New Madrid fault line. People are going to think what people want to think, but what really matters is, what do you think and what are you going to do? I believe that you should be prepared no matter what. If you start preparing because of this event, good on you, and I hope that you don't need your preps because of this event, but that you will continue to prepare and stay prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, I put up a video yesterday on a reverse osmosis filtration system by Simpure, which after I put up the video, I didn't even know that the price on that system was so inexpensive compared to their competitors. I went and I looked for all of the other like top 5 reverse osmosis filtration systems that are tankless, and all of them were at least 2, 3, and even 4 times or more expensive than the Simpure Q3. If you haven't checked out that video, go check it out, because there is a giveaway that is going to be associated with that video. But go check it out because of the water filtration system that I am demoing on there, because we all need to make sure that we are responsible for our own water safety and that we don't put our water safety in the hands of someone else. That is one of the preps that everyone in America should have, whether they believe that there's going to be an apocalypse or not. Having said that, I hope you got something out of this. I hope that you're preparing. I hope that you have a great day. God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper, and I'm out.